are live. How's it going, you beautiful people? I'm Cobalt GM, and we are back after a little bit of a hiatus. All right, but it is time to start Season 2, Episode 12, Part 1 of Esper Genesis by Alligator Alley Entertainment. But before I get even further tongue-tied, let me go ahead and introduce my awesome players, starting with the awesome Alloy.
Hello, smooth skins.
No, not not the Debbie voice. No.
Keep focused. Keep focused.
Okay, playing the Ashen Forge Warrior Argus. Next, we have the magnificent Master Draco.
I'm back.
He's back. All right, playing the Volna Hunter Ryland Bravestride. We have the terrific Tonto Tomahawk.
Hello.
Playing the fire-blooded Promethean Sagaristio. Lastly, but definitely not least, we have the Titanic Typhoon 44.
Beam me up, Scotty. There's no intelligent life here.
He's right.
He knows. All right. Playing the Earthborn human captain, Jonathan T. Archer. And as always, we got to give the special shout outs to Steve, Felicia, Nicole, Justin, Riley, James Nash, Matt Click, the team at Absolute Tabletop that's hooked us up with Mecha Hack and Aether Nexus. Oh, love the game. The Esper Genesis 5e RPG Facebook group, Old Dudes D&D, RGB RPG, Roll20 Dad, Aaron, Cameron, and Mr. Aiden himself. Everyone, please, and him too. All right, please engage that like button. What was that?
The Dark Lovely.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you are so right. We are kind of missing one player for this one session. She will be back tomorrow. But Dark Lovely, if you're watching, hi. If you're watching later, hi. But also, like Master Draco said, a special shout out to you too. Once again, everyone, engage that like button hard and share this video around. But with that, the incredible Alloy / Argus is going to grace us with a recap. Take it away, man.
I'd like to say I'm practically credible more than incredible, so we'll get that out of the way. From what I recall, it has been a hot minute. We cured the people with the seed virus.
Yes.
I got a hole filled in my chest. We found out that the egg is damaged, but the thing inside of it is not dead. And we developed a plan to help start taking down the Lorendi through the cave system that we've been in for the last couple of sessions. I know there's a bunch of personal stuff that happened with the characters, but I don't remember pretty well any of it.
Most definitely. Well, you're going
But
to...
we do. We are planning on using a relay system to blow up bombs in a pattern to take out multiple targets at the same time. I do remember that much.
Something like that, definitely. All right, good. Thank you. You're going to have 2 inspiration of your own, and you're going to give another one to someone of your choosing. Who are you going to give it to?
Tonto.
All right.
Alrighty then.
Nice.
I mean, he made a mini-me one time. I'll never forget it.
Well, Tonto, did you want to fill in any gaps, whatever you can, of this recap?
Let's see. Personal character development wise, the captain and Sagaristio had a moment because Captain was a little upsetty spaghetti that Sagaristio let out Kurita. In fairness, though, he was trying to help out the crew because, you know, many hands make light work. Unfortunately, some of those hands were trying to strangle other crewmates.
Yep.
Namely, her grandfather. May he rip in peace.
Yes. Arcadicus is gone.
Yep.
Is Sim still missing? No, he's back.
Okay.
And then, let's see. What else we got? Yeah, there was a whole thing in Argus's chest.
Who remembers how you got
Trying
that
to get it
hole in
all.
his chest?
I got laser beamed.
I remember all of it.
He got laser blasted by a big old Amazonian Lorendi.
After getting smacked by her hammer a couple of times.
Yep.
I got taken out in one damn turn.
It's okay.
Yes.
Paid her back just as much with the little mini you.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
You're
So what are we gonna call him? Minigus?
Minius, Smallgus.
Smallgus. I like that.
oh heavens. Was that in episode 11 with the mini Argus? The Minigus?
No,
that would
was
have been
10.
episode 10.
That was episode 10? Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
That's what we had to deal with the boarding party.
Okay. Oh,
Yep.
okay. Awesome. Okay.
So we had to deal with him being almost filled up with rhinestones, and he would have been a rhinestone cowboy.
Mhm.
Bum, bam, ah.
Unless you tried to have like a miniature picture of the mini Argus in my new plug.
Yep.
Oh yes.
Yep. There's that. Let's see.
I mean, I've heard of plugs
Oh.
for all sorts of things. The chest was not one of them.
So true.
The princess was doing things, mostly astral things. So kind of got to peek on the ship and see how things were going, and we managed to save. We saved the Simpanel, right?
Yes.
We saved Remus.
Yep, because the princess was able to share her memories with the kitty cat,
Mm-hmm.
who was able to share them with his four-legged kitty cat, who was able to.
He tormented that
Teleport
guy
them all over.
so bad.
Yep.
Wait. Which he?
The tormentor, the investigation guy, or was it the guard? It's one of the two. I know he got strapped to the machine, and then they destroyed the drone that would release him, and then they left him.
Ah, yes. Good
It's
times.
at the max, I believe.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, he did some nasty stuff.
Yeah, he made his life hell. Hello,
Mhm.
my darling. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Definitely. Awesome. You remember anything else, Tonto?
We did make up the plans to set off bombs in sequence, and we have 3 locations that we know of.
Yes.
2 of which we can reach pretty easily. The third one is more of a ground party that has to go. Because the cave system is large enough for 2 of the locations, but the third one is hard to get to.
Well, I had to look at the last session. It was 2 were done by foot, and 1 the ship can reach.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, so it's reversed.
Yes.
Okay.
Most definitely. But I am so glad that you remembered that. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I'll
definitely.
add to it.
Well, let's see. We got what? We got 2 starting off with 2 inspiration. Are you saying you want to add to it, Master Draco?
Yeah,
Okay, go for
because
it.
well, we also have the cash on their way. Princess was
Yeah,
able to
right.
communicate with her father through astral projecting, and reinforcements coming in, which is a pretty big deal. That's the whole reason why we got to get these jammers down, which
Yep.
is what we're actually going to blow up. And that was from the help from Tana being able to use the jammers were incidentally mapping out the tunnels we're in.
Yes. Ah.
We also know that there's a I'm going to say like a squad of first hunt nearby that we're going to use to with our planning to start causing diversions at these jammers so we can proceed a little more easily and stealthily to each objective.
I see. I
Yep.
see. And trust me, it is more than a squad. It is quite a decent gathering of first hunt Volna.
Communicating with them will be made easier because the whistling rocks or whatever they're called,
Whistling
Word.
stones.
whistling stones. Yeah.
Yeah, last thing we need is a whistling Dwayne The Rock Johnson coming after us.
Which there is a flaw to that plan because it is tech based, so someone else is going to have to do that, and I don't think I can get this first hunt guy to use technology. So
Just don't tell him the
Oh,
stone.
yeah, the one I had to throw in the shower.
yeah, that whole yep. See, Spawn Kier, what you brought up. It was
Fiery
they
shit
were
from the depths of the
patient zero
inferno.
on that.
I will give
Uh,
a +2 bonus for you to use at your discretion for anyone who could remember that poor Volna's name that you guys tortured in the auto cleaner.
It's lost to time, Cobalt.
No, I remember what it is, but I did just.
I can't remember.
It's all right. Keep it going then. What else do you remember, Draco?
There is a Lorendi commander that is actually divided on what he wants to actually do. He's following orders at this point, but he does not like. He doesn't really agree with it. We also got the Core Lord nearby, and he's putting fear of the Lorendi to make sure that they follow orders.
Ooh, you remember the captain of the Lorendi. Very good.
I mean, if I were, a lot of this was stated, so if I wanted to go in order, I could just get more detail to everything. But I think those are pretty much the highlights. We got, we did deal with that ape situation, but I think that was in 10, or 9 or 10. But yeah, we're at the enacting the plan stage, which I think we're gonna go over again in session.
Okay. Wow. Thank you guys. You don't know how, it gets me juiced every time you guys go ahead and give me all the information from the recap. All right. It gives me energy. Thank you so much. All right. But don't want to leave anyone out. Typhoon, did you want to add anything?
No, I think you pretty well covered it.
Okay. All right. Alloy 2.
Alloy.
You got those 2 inspirations. Tonto, those 2. And Draco, those 2. Use them well.
Eh.
What do you mean, eh?
What's that? Spend it carelessly. You got it.
I don't know.
Oh.
There's been sessions where I didn't get the chance to spend them and I just lost them. So we'll see what happens.
This is true. This is true. And so let's go ahead and start tonight's session. And we are going to be starting with initiative. 4. The bombs have been created. The paths have been laid out. Argus, you were able to easily make the trek down one of the more narrow tunnels that's going to lead directly underneath one of the comm jammers. All you have to do was get there, place the device that Pana had created. It's going to create a huge sonic detonation, and it's going to use the force of the caving in of the ground to crush this jamming station to further help your guys' plans to sabotage the Lorendi.
Okay.
So I need initiative from you. Tonto, Sagaristio, you are taking the other tunnel. Same situation, a few miles out, a nice trek. This device that you guys are going to be planting is approximately about 4 feet tall. This thing weighs about 30 plus pounds. It's pretty much a high-tech metal cylinder, and once it's placed right where you need it to be, all of them have already been set with a timer, giving you plenty of time to traverse there, plant it, and get out of the range of this detonation with more than enough time. And believe it or not, these bombs are set to our current real time starting now. And so in an hour, these things are going to detonate and cave in the jamming stations that is located on the surface above.
No, he put it in real time.
Yes, in real time. And so if you are going Pacific Standard Time at 7:20, these bombs are going to be going off. But Tonto, Sagaristio, I need an initiative from you.
I think everyone's
mine-
already rolled it.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, mine came out as Sage in it instead of Saga. So that's fine.
This is
So
going to be
Tonto's 13, Ty is 11, Raylan is 16, I'm an 8.
Well, the good news is that for Rylan, he is going somewhere else. He is heading towards the grouping of the first hunt, because the third bomb needs to be placed by the Astral Horizon, which will be piloted by Typhoon 44, aka Jonathan T. Archer. Let me see if I can go ahead and actually get the dice up as well without it messing up the live stream. Let's see here. Nope, can't do that. Oh well.
Oh, Ricky.
I know. You gotta love those last-minute technical issues, but it's gonna be all right. That is why we have multiple screens and monitors, right?
I thought it's just because we could.
All right, so let's see who's going on top. It's of course we have.
It's Raylan, Tonto, Typhoon, and then me.
Thank you so much. All right. Brave Stride. You are making your way by foot with Ravok, the other Volna. You guys are adorned in your regular hide armor. But Brave Stride, you of course are carrying the Aether Storm bow. You also have your bone shield. This bone armor that you two crafted together. You are as Volna as we can be. But seeing as how you're not under the time constraint, you've managed to reach this precipice where looking down, you're able to see a gathering of at least 100 of the first hunt. And you see their chief. Ravok, he goes ahead, he points him out, and he tells you that is Pumarg, the big chief. He's known as the Heavy Paw. And I know him. He's not going to honor you carrying the Aether Storm bow. To control this first hunt, you're going to have to fight him. And he has never been defeated. But with that, you realize the path that will lead towards the first hunt is currently occupied. I was going to have you roll, but seeing as how you have Wayfarer and you roll with advantage, so there's no point. It looks as if there are 2 red chrome Lorendi machines. They look like scout robots that are currently making their way through the caves. But we will get to that later. Tonto, Sagaristio. The trek has been kind of long, but as soon as you're closing in, Kana has made sure to hook you up with a scanner similar to the ones that they've seen in Dragon Ball Z that allows you to project, giving her readouts exactly where you're supposed to be putting the bomb using a little bit of augmented reality.
Alrighty.
The problem is, as soon as you're getting ready to get close, you're about 100 feet away from where you have to place this bomb. All of a sudden, the tunnel that you're in begins to shake. Rocks begin to fall, huge rocks, and as they do, I need the first roll of the night. I need you to make a reflex save. Sorry, dex save. I keep on forgetting which system I am. All right, don't worry. The DC is 10, but they are falling all over the place, and these things are huge. We're talking about the size of hover cars. Go ahead and give me that first roll.
At least Tonto and I are still on the same wavelength.
Yep.
That's over 9,000!
Hey, would you look at that?
10, just enough. As you go ahead and you jump to the side, it crushes the location where you previously were standing, and as you are getting up, you realize what is causing this commotion. Digging through the earth and rock is some type of creature similar to Terran's moles, except this thing's shoulders reaches about 12 feet high. And as it comes barreling through, it sniffs the air, it looks at you, and it begins to lick its lips. But you are going first. What do you do?
Well, let's see. Since it's looking at me, it's gonna be doing things. Ooh, actually, we're gonna do this. So, I'm gonna set up a personal sentry.
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna use one of my techniques. So, personal sentry. It's on me, 15-foot radius. It's a concentrate.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and describe how it looks, please.
Well, it's actually a. It's not going to notice this because it's an invisible drone. It goes right into stealth.
Oh, cool.
Yep. It's actually not even a single one. It is a group of tiny stealth drones
Oh.
that they start taking up a position surrounding me.
Mm-hmm.
And picks up a distance of about 15 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as they pop out of my arm, they'll get into position and go stealth.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll pop a bonus action to bring out my assault drone, and we'll just...
Wait a bit. You got to tell us. What does the assault drone look like?
Let's see. This one in particular.
Are you breaking out Minigus?
You know what? Yeah, we'll bring out Minigus. We'll bring out Smallgus.
Smallgus?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's just gonna be a nice little bundle of rage because he wants to scream, but...
There's a part of me that wants Smallgus to become a meme.
And so this almost caricature look-alike of Argus in the form of a drone goes ahead, comes out of your cybernetic arm, unfolds so that he has like the huge oversized arms and chest. All right, along with his version of the halberd.
First of all,
Oh,
it's
glaive. Glaive. I apologize.
And final wish, I believe, is the word you were trying to think of.
Yes, it is. It is called Final Wish. Awesome. Okay, so that leaves you with nothing but a move. Right now, this creature is currently snarling and licking its lips about 30 feet away from you. You do notice that within a single move, there's a couple of large rocks that you could use for cover. But what do you do?
Well, me and the mini drone, a little small guess, we'll make our way over to the rocks. I'm not worried about personal sentries. They follow me, so.
Awesome. All right. You go ahead and you get up. It snarls. It licks its lips, and you go ahead and you spin around the rock that almost crushed you, having a nice natural barrier between it, as this thing all of a sudden is going to just pretty much run up to this rock, hover over it, looks down upon you, and all of a sudden the drool becomes starts leaking down from above. As you look up, it opens its mouth, and
since it I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to stop slowly roll. So it came within the first 15 feet of me, eh?
Oh yes, it did. What happens?
Sentries pop up. They immediately start firing on him.
Oh no! Do they have to roll to attack?
Let's see. It has to make a wisdom saving throw.
That's what it has to do. Sounds good. Not really, because it's not plus anything. All right, so as this creature is charging towards you, it makes its wisdom saving throw. What is the DC?
The DC was 13, so it did not make it.
It did not make it. What happens to it?
It's going to take full damage of 3d8 radiant.
Oh! Roll the damage and describe how it looks.
Well, you ever watch that anime Gundam Seed?
Yes, I have. Oh, I love Gundam Seed.
All right. So you know the Freedom with its wings that shoots lasers.
Yes, the arcing beams of light. You know.
Yes, it does that.
Oh.
Nerds!
They're otakus. Yeah, but oh, 16. Okay. Woo! So these beams, what color are they?
Since they're radiant, they're gonna come in all sorts of colors. They're rainbow colors.
Oh,
hell yeah!
And so as the prismatic pelting happens, these beams just go ahead and begin burning into the actually kind of furry flesh of this creature. All right, which it howls out in pain, and immediately, it wants to back up. It moved in, it was getting ready to do something else, but after being shot so many times by these things, it goes ahead and begins to back up. And that's when you see the second one begin to enter. But that is going to be its turn, as it's taking 2 move actions to go ahead, come into this fight from the wall and get next to its wounded companion. But you went.
Did it just move into?
No, it didn't move into the space that you were in. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, the first one, it moved in, got blasted, and moved out. That was its turn. All right. The second one came in, and it just went to the side of the first one. Yeah, so it's you. You have the rock behind you. You have Smallgus. And then about 30 feet back, you have the two moles. One heavily blasted and smoking. But with that, we got to go over to Typhoon. Captain Jonathan T. Archer. Right now, you are piloting the Astral Horizon. The space is large enough definitely for your ship. The only problem is as you of course you have your first mate, your wife, Jane Archer. You having your son, Jackson, in engineering.
Yep. Belt on set 2 engineering.
Mm-hmm. Scanners immediately pick up something and your wife tells you, Jonathan, those roots that are coming from the ground, they're reading weird. Strange energy pulses going through them.
Did you say roots?
She goes ahead, she puts the hologram up, and yeah. Right now you see they're just angling downward, but as soon as the Astral Horizon begins to get a little bit closer, they begin to twitch slightly.
Okay.
There is no going around them, and if you go low enough to try to avoid some of them, you're going to be scraping the floor of this cavern and damaging your ship.
Right. Let's see where those ship stats go. Crap. I don't have that up in front of me, unfortunately.
As you're sitting here pondering what to do, the door slides open and free. The Kesh that you guys have liberated, along with your daughter Jill, have come onto the bridge. And immediately she's like, ooh, Daddy, what are those?
Something you don't need to be looking at. Free, get her back to her room.
He goes, aye, aye, sir. Come on, let's go. We can play dress up again. And immediately Jill's like, yeah! And she goes ahead, she grabs him by the head and leads him away. And of course he has that look on his face like, kill me now.
This is so much worse than slavery.
All right.
Free, stand by. As soon as you've dropped her at her room, we may need you on a turret.
You know. And with that he goes, aye, aye, sir.
And let's see, what was the plus on that? I'm trying to find that page that I had things on, and it's not.
No problem. As you're doing that, immediately your wife, she goes ahead, she begins bringing on the targeting stats, and she's doing double duty as both your co-pilot, and she goes, if you want, I'll take one of the gunning positions.
Yeah, definitely. I can do the one set on auto, you do the other.
Right. Immediately she goes ahead and begins swiping on her holographic console as it all of a sudden materializes, handles for the grab. So you guys are going to blast these tentacles?
Yep.
All right.
D20 plus what? That's what I was trying to look up, and I can't find where I put that sheet.
It is going to be fine. So for right now, I believe your proficiency bonus is 3. And what is your character's dexterity modifier?
6.
Your dexterity modifier is 6?
Yeah, no, sorry, I misread 3.
Oh, okay. So 3 and 3. So go ahead and roll a d20 plus 6.
For
Oh,
a second there,
Alright.
he was breaking game mechanics there.
wait, before you do that, answer me this. You can have your wife, your first mate, help you out and give you advantage, or she can blast one of the other routes. By the way, there are dozens of routes lining this tunnel, by the way, so
At this point, I think it'd be better for her to shoot at targets of her own.
okay, sounds good. No, you are good. These things are not moving and they're pretty thick, all right? Their AC is just 10, so go ahead and feel free to roll damage if you got it.
Okay. Well, once again, can't find that sheet.
All
I
right.
don't like that.
Damn.
And with that crit, for some reason, it seems as if Jane has some pent-up frustrations as she is just going to town and she is grabbing onto the control stick for the turret. She's
For
just
some
blasting them all
reason.
over the place. Yeah. Who knows why? She could be upset for anything. All right. Oh heavens! But as she is blasting away, I take it we didn't put it into your character channel. The stats for.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now.
Most definitely. It's we will be using oh, didn't you guys get the light rail
I
gun
did.
eventually?
Yeah, I had the light rail gun with self target, which was the 1d10, and then the dual mini or auto cannons, I think. Yeah. On the auto cannon on the other.
All right, sounds good. So go ahead and you had dual, like you said. Go ahead and roll that. We'll say 2d6, and I will roll the crit damage for the light railgun that your wife is sitting here just blasting them with.
Okay.
Let me see if I can go ahead and get to the right channel for a change.
That's the same thing I'm attempting to do.
No problem. Let's see if okay, it's just a single die, so what's her face? Average could probably do math this time. We shall see. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot to add the bonus. Okay, never mind. Average is gonna mess up the math. Let's see what happens.
Bleh.
Up. Oh. So, Jonathan Archer, you begin blasting them with the auto cannons. The roots begin just falling just like vegetation. But now the others begin to glow and pulsate even more so. Right now, the astral horizon is just hovering.
Well, are they moving as well as pulsing?
Yeah, right now they're just kind of swaying. Just a little bit of wiggle. You went ahead, blasted them. They got chopped it up, but there's still more.
Keep firing. I won't say the rest of that from Spaceballs.
But with 16 points, more of them just keep on fighting. So your plan is to clear them out before you proceed, correct?
Pretty much. Don't have much choice otherwise. I do have a thought, though. I just don't know how we roll damage on it.
All right. Well, do know this. The clock is ticking. But while that is happening...
Right.
Argus!
Yo.
You've done the long trek, miles down this somewhat narrow cave, and you realize the temperature has been increasing steadily as you're getting closer and closer to where you have to plant this explosive. As soon as you come to this one ridge, it's only about 10, maybe 15 feet down.
I didn't even know I could sweat.
But you're able to see this area that all of a sudden you see these pops and little geysers of, it looks like molten rock. You also see these kind of pinkish, almost flesh-colored, like pulsating worms that are currently shoving their multi-toothed faces into these little pools of magma and seemingly drinking of it. You're able to see the bright red pulsating throughout their bodies as they're sipping from these fonts and little ponds of lava.
That's messed up.
Of course, beyond these 10 or so pulsating magma worms, according to the scanner on your eye, you're able to see where you have to plant the bomb. You get to go
so
first.
Is it over top of the 15-foot dip that goes down to the magma worm area?
You say, is it over top? No, it's just in front of you. I'm just telling you that if this was a top-down map, you're at the south end of this map. You have this ledge that you can either jump down or you can just walk down the kind of slope side to your right.
Okay.
But beyond that are about 4 pools of small pools of magma and about 10 of these magma worms.
But I don't have to go down there, right?
Well, unless you have a way of chucking the bomb about 100 or so feet. you're going to have to go through there. The good news is you don't really see eyes on these things. There is a chance that you can sneak by them.
You know that's not my strong part, right?
But I got to give you your options.
Fine. I'll try to sneak. I've at least got 2 inspiration to hopefully not botch this.
No problem. You're going to have to make 2 stealth checks. Does your armor impose disadvantage to stealth checks?
No, one of the good things about the type of Ashen Forge that I am is I have heavy armor training. I don't suffer the disadvantages on the rolls.
Yeah! Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. So for the first batch, for the first 5, go ahead and make your stealth check as you decide to go the long way around, hugging the east wall.
I'm gonna use my first inspiration.
Well, don't use it just yet. I didn't give you a chance to give you the DC. Don't you?
It's a 5.
But you're supposed to roll after I give you the DC.
Okay.
Okay. So the DC is
I'll wait.
15. All right, to
You want
sneak
me to
around the
just
first batch.
re-roll?
Yeah, so just roll now. With that, you go to the side, down the ramp,
Eh.
and as soon as you step on that one rock that just falls over to the side. The entire cavern shakes a little bit, and then all of a sudden, these 5 magma worms pull their faces out of these little pools of magma, look at you. They let out this hideous roar, and they begin to make their way towards you, but these things are pretty slow. So far, they have only managed to make it about 20 feet away from you, but that's going to be their turn. It's on to you. What do you do, Argus?
At this point, I'm just gonna book it.
Oh, you're like, okay, screw this, I'm out.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Using the dash action, I can outmaneuver them. Hopefully.
Yes, their move is only about 20 feet per turn, and so as they're slithering towards you, leaving a little trail of magma, go ahead.
And if I dash, I can do 60 feet per turn.
Is that what you're going to be doing?
So far, yes.
Alrighty. And so with that dash, you do have to run past one of them that is trying to move in and get close, and this is going to, I believe, give him an attack of opportunity.
Okay, let him roll, and then I might try to parry as a reaction to that.
Do you have your final wish out?
Yeah, at this point, I'm not taking any chances.
Okay. So I love it. I was like, oh, this is going to be a great action sequence. What do? I'm out of here. Just gone.
Well, first of all, too many numbers. Second of all, I don't know their stats. Third of all, stealth was a terrible choice right from the get-go.
Uh-huh.
And fourth of all, we don't have time for violence. Or, at least yet. Okay.
Okay. And so,
Plus 6 repair.
before you do the parry, it's going to be 2 fire damage.
Well, first of all, as a reaction to the attack, I get to do that.
This
to
is true.
Counter any damage.
This is true.
Uh,
But unfortunately, you didn't make it, and so this thing manages to get a little bite off as you rush by. And go ahead, you're taking 2 fire damage as you rush by the first group.
okay. 2 is acceptable at this point.
Oh, that's nice. All right, on to the second group, who are still, they have their faces down in the lava. Do you want to try sneaking past them?
At this point, I've got the group behind. You know what? I could still. Do I move at half speed when I'm stealthing?
Yes.
Then no, I'm gonna just keep dashing.
Okay. All right, same situation as before, as you effectively grab this cylinder of high-tech explosives and you just rush it. All right, you are running the ball. Yes.
Is this a separate turn now?
Effectively, yes.
Okay, perfect. Just means I get another parry attempt.
Okay.
So far, it has not worked out. That matches my AC.
Okay, then. It is meet or beat in this system.
Okay.
You gonna roll your parry?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a parry.
And with
It's
that,
gotta work at some point.
the first group of 5 are slithering their way. The second group is slithering their way. Oh,
Avery, why do you hate me today?
the other one gets another bite for another 2 fire damage as they're leaving these little holes that are burning into your armor. Don't worry, it's not being compromised or anything, but with
Some bullshit.
Really?
with 2 dashes, you're able to finally get to the place where you're supposed to be placing this explosive.
Plunk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put it up so it's in a spot where the worms aren't gonna try and eat it, if that makes a difference.
Okay, feel free. You're able to place it right there on this rock where if they were trying to eat it, they would have to climb on top of another rock to do it. Though,
Okay.
seeing their trajectory, they are making a beeline towards you and not it.
Perfect. I can at least lead them away from it now too.
The only problem is, seeing as how now that the first group is caught up with the second group, unless you want to try to roll a crit to somehow leap and parkour, you are going to have to fight them.
Well, how about this?
Shoot.
I'm going to use my my fancy Argus rifle that I've got and use something I haven't gotten to do so yet. The underslung beam emitter. I don't know if they're resistant to radiant damage or not,
no.
but it is a 120-foot long line that is 5 feet wide, and I'm going to try and clear a path before I start moving through that.
As a GM, I will admit that I forgot you had that. You see here,
Surprise gun, bitch!
here you are with your glaive, and these worms are moving in. And I was like, oh, this is going to be good now. He goes ahead, drops Final Wish. It dematerializes. You reach behind yourself, whip out this huge able-like gun. Sorry if you guys love, X-Men, and I do. Cable has some ginormous guns.
Yes, he does.
With that, all of a sudden, these little globules of light go ahead and start to collect by the barrel. This is an area effect, correct? So they have to roll.
Yeah, Dex 13 for half damage.
The DC is 13, you said?
Yes.
Oh.
Dexterity saving throw 13.
Oh. Oh, these things ain't got no dex. Okay. And so, seeing as how you're shooting a line between them, this is going to, unfortunately, encounter 4 of them.
And it's hopefully a big enough area to get through.
And you said the DC is 13, right?
DC's 13, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Do any of them... Oh, 2 make it for half damage.
1 failed critically.
Oh.
One got a 0. That is a very rare occurrence in our games.
What'd you roll? I rolled a 0.
Okay, 15 radiant damage. 7 is half.
Oh. So, 2 have definitely poofed. All right, the 2 that actually made it are actually still in the fight. Argus, do you want to describe how this happens?
Yeah, I definitely see them coming towards me, and for the first time, I'm like, I think I might have a better tool for this. Dematerialize Final Wish and rematerialize my heavy Argus rifle. Kind of bring it up. Its weight's a little unfamiliar because I haven't really used it that much so far, but I hit the button on the side of the underslung barrel, and globules of light, bright orange start to conglomerate up until I feel its critical mass is reached, and I pull the trigger. Pow! The radiant force almost echoes in the chamber with the amount of destructive potential that it has. Completely annihilating 2 of the worms. However, 2 more of them kind of like slink low and avoid a lot of the blast.
Ah. Excellent description. Excellent description. The rest are going to attack you when we get back to you.
Actually, doesn't he get another attack?
I do.
Thank you, Draco.
Lol.
And, you know what? I think I'm going to use Burst Fire.
Okay.
And they're not wearing armor, technically, right?
They are not wearing armor. Well, they have natural armor, but they're not wearing armor.
I don't think that applies to high velocity rounds.
For sake of time, we're going to say it's not.
Okay, so I'm going to use Burst Fire and try to hit as many of them as I can in a 10-foot cube.
Okay. Who remembers the rules for burst firing? It's been a while.
I believe they have to do a dex saving throw while they're in the area,
And
Yeah,
what's
there's a burst fire DC.
Yeah.
and it's DC 12 dex.
DC 12 dex? All right, let's do this for these 4 that you're currently targeting. Wow!
Made it.
Wow! Nice!
Roll the damage!
Okay, 2d6 plus deuce.
Oh,
Good choice on the burst fire, by the way.
oh, heaven.
10 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh, I also need to look at high velocity, sorry, because I know it has something to do with things.
It's going to be all right because so far, they're gone.
Okay, excellent. I'm going to use my move action to start moving between them.
Well, you mowed them down. You cleared the path. All right. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to start taking advantage of that and go through the clearest path I possibly can.
Sounds good. And as you're able to effectively skip through these creatures that are slowly slithering your way. Sagaristio!
Yo.
All right. You have the 2 creatures or whatnot. It is back to you. You are right now behind cover, and you have Smallgus with you. What do you do?
BRB.
Well, at this point, I'm gonna have Smallgus get up to start wailing on one of them.
All right.
Probably the one that got shot up.
Definitely. All right, go ahead and roll to attack for him. And while Smallgus is going ahead and hovering over there to start stabbing with his glaive, his version of Final Wish, is that a bonus action for you to command him, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he and Scree for 15.
15 hits. Roll the damage.
Alrighty. Let's see, since we brought him out at rank 3. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Go ahead and type in the screen.
For 8 points of damage.
Crud.
And Dick.
That finished it off. Do you want to describe how you destroyed this thing? With Smallgus?
Smallgus. It's finally starts. You can see him visibly shake while he's holding his mini wish, and then he screams real loud, like.
Wait! Alloy's back. Give it to us, Alloy. Yes.
And then he charges the beast that was shot up straight to hell, and he does a flourish all the way up. He does like the whole Monster Hunter like insect glaive right along its back, and then just beheads the thing.
Yes. The creature, the creature collapses in one direction, and its head goes in the other. Oh, Sagaristio, it's still on to you. That was your bonus action. You still have a regular action and a move. What do you do?
All right. Well, unfortunately for the other beast, because I'm moving towards it, it's going to trigger my personal sentries because it's moved in the area.
So you move towards it, and once it gets into your area, your sentries automatically attack it.
Yes, anything that falls within this area immediately triggers the effect.
Oh, that's horrible. Roll. Okay. Do you have to roll to attack, or it's rolling to defend? Remind me again.
It's having to roll to defend. It has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Right.
DC 13.
You're so wrong for this one. Oh heavens, DC 13. What'd you go do, Avery? It's a no on the Avery.
And that takes 3d8 radiant damage.
Once again, the prismatic beams are just flying from around Sagaristio as heavens.
Ooh. For 16 points of damage.
It gets worse. You still have your action. What do you do?
And at this point, I'm taking a look at it, and putting both my hands on Strife Cutter, and yeah, I'm charging it.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna finish this sucker off.
What is your battle cry?
Don't really have a battle cry planned for this, so
I'm Jason. Here's my MOA.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did call out your reference.
It is fine. Go ahead and roll with oh wait, yeah, okay, it went. Yeah, roll with Strife Cutter.
for a 20.
The 20 hits. Roll the damage. Will it be enough to finish it off?
Well, I guess we'll find out. For 11 points.
It is. Describe how you fatality this thing.
Well, as I'm charging it, I'm gonna start Beyblading.
Oh,
I'm
no.
gonna spin the wood, and first goes the one leg, then goes another. Now it's got the two front, then goes the two, and I'm finishing off with a beheading as well.
Ooh. And so as soon as... Go ahead.
It's a lot like the spinning hammer maneuver. I spun around and then I just finished it off with a swift uppercut.
Oh, nice. The two mole-like large creatures are down. As you finally come to a stop, as the wind whooshes around you and behind you as you're striking your pose, the head comes crashing down, the tongue pops out, the eyes roll into the back of its head. The fight is over, and you're able to move forward and place the cylindrical explosive charge perfectly right where it needs to be placed, way underneath the Lorendi communications jamming engine. Nice.
And I'll get up on communications like, all right, mine's planted. I'm on my way back.
Unfortunately, you hear until these bombs go off. You're still out of communication with your group. The only thing that's on your scanner now that you've planted a bomb is the timer that lets you know that you have 32 minutes to hub it back to the rally point.
All right.
I'm sorry, 22 minutes.
Okay. Well, at this point, I'll pick up Smogus, put him on my shoulder, and yeah, we'll start running.
And start hearing the Scooby-Doo skitter music.
Sounds excellent. Captain Jonathan T. Archer.
Yep.
You and
Question for you.
ask away.
Is there enough room in this cavern for me to spin the ship 180 degrees?
Yes.
Okay. Spinning.
Mm-hmm.
Setting forward braking thrusters to max. And igniting primary fires. This is why I said I had a thought, but I don't know how we're going to roll it.
It is fine. All right. With that, you go ahead and you turn the astral horizon around 180 degrees, and you begin having it effectively go in reverse. All right. Go ahead. And while this is happening, the rear thrusters are burning and singeing away these roots that are coming in from the ceiling of this cave. Go ahead and give me a simple DC 12 dexterity check. You're going to be +6. All right. Because you have never really flown the ship backwards like this before, aside from when you were landing inside of a hangar.
Oh, Jesus.
No problem. The
Great.
side kind of... Well, you still have just a regular inspiration if you want to use it now.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and re-roll that bad boy. And with that, finally, you hear your wife. She goes, Captain. And she kind of zooms in so you have a better holographic look of your surroundings. Go ahead and roll this piloting check with advantage.
Okay.
She activated your backup mirror.
Effectively.
Right.
That's hilarious. This huge spaceship backing up. Beep, beep, beep.
The
Woo!
booyah.
With a 24. It is flying backwards at an impressive speed, singeing these roots along the way until finally you've gotten into position where you need to hopefully gently place the bomb. The real question is this: who is going to be lowered down?
Free.
You'll sacrifice him, though. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's about, because I got to hold the controls steady and be ready to pull out.
You got
Yeah.
She's on controls.
Remus, I don't think is in.
engineering.
I'm not sure if Remus is in any shape to do anything.
He's not going to
No,
leave
not Remus.
Aura's side anyway. So who are you going to send? I mean, you're sitting here, you're looking through the roster. Yes, you can send Free, and
No.
you're looking at Free right now. He's currently securing your small daughter Jill in her seat and putting her straps on, and he's kind of like, you see he's putting. Yes.
I have a suggestion, and I hate it, but I'm sure you're going to love it for drama purposes. Where's Tana?
She is in her lab/room.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Okay.
But this is the captain's call. Tana is in her room. Free is currently distracting Jill in her room. Nathkar is currently at a computer console, slamming his fist into it because he seems to be frustrated with something he is currently programming. And then there's Brooke Demir, who's currently in the infirmary. Captain, who are you going to send down there?
The infirmary. Brooke,
Yes.
grab
Captain?
that bomb and drop it down. I'll highlight the spot.
Okay. Wait, bomb?
Just trust me, we got time. Just hurry.
Listen, this is beyond my qualifications. All right, this is.
All you gotta do is set it on the spot that the light's shining on and get your butt back in the ship.
As you're saying that, immediately your wife Jane, she's like, Captain, these routes are going back quickly. We're surrounded, Captain. You're able to look out, and these things are coming down. They're touching the hull of the astral horizon. Brooke, she is still hesitant. You have to make some calls, Captain.
Jane, take the
Persuasion.
controls. And I start sprinting for the bomb.
All right, you hop out the seat. All right, and you take out down the hallway, down the corridor. Immediately, Jane goes ahead and switches controls, and she actually splits the controls, so she is both trying to pilot the astral horizon that is currently having these roots begin to wrap around its wing and around the nose of the ship. And with her other hand, she is grabbing the controls for the turrets, for the light railgun, as she starts blasting again, trying to free the ship. Captain, you go ahead, you dash over to where the bomb is kept. You grab it, you see it's already charged and primed, and Brooke is there. She's like, listen, I'm sorry, it's just I don't know anything about explosives. I mean, if you want to talk about ancient Volna lore or its history, I'm able
That's
to...
enough. Gotta go.
All right, you go ahead and you dash over to the hangar. You do see the arm in the rig that has the cable line where you're able to attach it to yourself to be lowered down via the ramp. Do you do so?
Yep.
All right, sounds good. You go ahead, attach the line. The ramp begins to get lowered. Immediately, the targeting lasers underneath the astral horizon highlight the spot where you have to place the explosive, and that's when you realize the actual issue. The spot is on a very small, stable stone. The stones around it, unfortunately, are swirling in what seems to be some type of sea of extremely soft soil. It's not like quicksand, but it does move like water. But that is not the actual issue. The issue is the very sharp and jagged bits of obsidian that is flowing within this effective soily sand that's surrounding where you have to place the bomb. More and more roots are growing and starting to wrap themselves around the wing. The entire
Can't waste
astral...
time. Gotta drop down and do it.
All right.
Can I
What
send
do
him?
I need?
Can I send him one of my inspiration points?
Not at all. And so, with that, you go ahead
Nick!
and you grab the line and you leap off the ramp. Captain Jonathan T. Archer, you begin dangling from the line, and you're going to have to maneuver your body to make sure that you either stay on point or swing back on 2 point. I need your first dexterity or climbing. If you have athletics or something, check.
Acrobatics.
Not for... yes for this. You can do acrobatics.
Okay.
And so here you are holding this this cylindrical bomb tucked under your arm. And with an 8, you begin to swing off mark. And you are looking down, and all you see is this shredding, sharp bits of obsidian down below. You get lower, deeper, and closer to them. They have yet to start shredding you up. You have 2 more chances. Go ahead and roll again. You begin wiggling on the line. The entire astral horizon begins to shift over to the side, further making things difficult. 22, you manage to pull your knees in and kick out almost like an old school swing back when you were a kid. And you're able to get closer on floors and drop further down, closer to the spot where you have to put the explosive. 1 more roll. You hear in your ear, Jane is like, it's hard to hold the ship steady, Captain. Hurry up! The sound of the light railgun going off, ringing throughout the entire cavern, is echoing in your ears. 10, you go ahead and you hit the control a little bit too soon. It lowers you down, and immediately some of these sharp bits of adrenaline begin contacting your legs. Four points of slashing damage as they begin to cut into you, but immediately you hit the controls and come back up. Go ahead and try again. You go ahead and you swing. You're getting closer and closer and closer to the spot. 21, you're able to let go of the bomb. It falls, it lands, and it begins to kind of rattle around almost toward the bowling before finally it settles onto the rock. The bomb is placed. You hit the controls, and I'm assuming you're zooming back up into the astral horizon forthwith. Sounds excellent. You go ahead and get yourself back into it. Your legs and shins are a bit bloodied, and you're leaving bloody footprints on your ship as you're getting back, and I'm assuming you're heading back towards the bridge, correct?
Back to the bridge.
Definitely. You go ahead and you run by Brooke, and she sees your shredded legs, and with that, she kind of holds back a little bit of nausea. And she, I'm sorry, Captain. Listen, I didn't know how dangerous it was. Listen,
Not the time.
All
Got
right.
this.
You go ahead, march past her, and you get over towards the bridge. Immediately, your wife looks over. She sees your wounds. She just shakes her head as she shifts controls, and the piloting controls back over to you. You hop into the seat. It automatically straps you in.
Spin the ship and head for engine still running. That's why I'm spinning.
Mm-hmm.
And then head for the rendezvous point.
Sounds good. Immediately, your son hops on. He goes, I'm going to try to give you a little bit more power, Dad, sir. Sir!
You got it, boy. Do what you can.
Oh. And with that, you see he shuns power from the shields, which wouldn't really be too much of effective right now, given these physical roots.
Right.
But go ahead, as he is doing that, as your wife is also helping you out, go ahead and make your piloting check with advantage. You are +6.
Oh, yeah.
24. You begin spinning, and every time the astral horizon turns just a little bit, the thrusters begin to burn off more and more and more of the vines, and immediately, Jane, she kind of, smacking herself in the forehead. She was like, how come I didn't think about that? Oh, you just think you're so clever, don't you?
Just been doing it longer.
As you begin to turn and burn and turn and burn and turn and burn until finally you're able to do a 360, hit those thrusters, and blast your way out of there, heading back over towards the rendezvous point. And with 10 minutes to spare. Excellent work, Argus, as you are huffing it out of there. Sagaristio, as you are doing the same, as the astral horizon is leaving its larger cavern that's able to barely fit it. The bombs are on the verge of detonating. But before
What is Raylan doing in this whole time?
we're getting ready to get to them right now, as a matter of fact. Brave stride.
Yep.
You stand on this ledge of rock. In the far distance, you're able to see the many furry heads of the Volna of the first hunt who have gathered together in this bit of safe refuge. Yet seemingly unbeknownst to them, but known to you and Ravik, due to your high vantage point, you're able to see two of the Lorendi machines slowly moving in. They have scanning lasers, and it seems as if they are attempting to also map out the caverns of the Twilight Labyrinth. What do you do?
How far are they from me?
The Volna?
Yeah. How far their distance?
Their distance is about 250 feet.
Okay, and bots.
At about a slope, about 70.
All right. Well,
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
and they're in between me and the Valna.
effectively speaking, no, not really. You can take the direct path towards the Volna, which we'll just say effectively are in front of you. And that means you would have to be climbing down from a tall ledge and then go across a little bit of a jagged area, and you can make effectively a straight line towards them. The rock edge that you're standing on, it does slope down to the right. And if you take that path, the right path, that will put you in the direction of the Lorendi machines.
And as they do their censoring, will it also start? Is that direction going to start heading towards the first hunt?
Yes,
So they're going to cross anyway.
effectively.
All right.
And with that, Ravok, he goes ahead and he tightens his spear. So what are we going to do? We're going to run from these machines and go towards the Volna? Our people? Or are we going to destroy these abominations?
A little bit of A, a little bit of B.
What does that mean?
Means that you're not so good at tracking at their where they're going, right? They're going to end up going to your people as it is.
It is two machines. We can take them.
We could take them.
I take the one on the right, you take the one on the left.
You're going to get your ass kicked.
I have destroyed these machines before. I can destroy some more.
You lying to me?
Yes. I am not lying. As he goes ahead and he beats his extremely furry chest, because after being put through the spin cycle and the blow dry cycle of the auto cleaner, he is effectively a walking afro with a thick afro tail.
He's a cat fro.
He is a cat fro. And he smells strangely of strawberries.
It's not that strange. It's one of the defaults.
Okay. But they're also mapping out, and I'm guessing are actively reporting back to Lorendi what they're mapping out.
You can guess that, but you do know that transmissions through the Twilight Labyrinth have been very spotty at best. And then there's the jammers that are up, so you can make your best guess.
Okay. Well, I kind of need to test out this bow before I go and take out a tribal leader anyway.
Perfect time. Kill some robots.
So we're gonna go into stealth.
All right. And so you tell him that, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Yes. Maybe you are worthy of that Aether Storm bow. And with that, he goes ahead, he crouches down, though it kind of doesn't really change too much because he's so fluffy. But with that, he goes ahead, he kind of squats down, holding his spear with both hands. So the two of you are going to stealth to get closer. Are you getting close within firing range or close within melee range?
Firing range for me.
And with that, Ravok, it seems as if his plan is to get within melee range, though.
It just means that they'll know there's one Val and not another.
Sounds good. And so, you guys, go ahead and roll your stealth. This will effectively
Look at that inspiration already being used.
roll stealth. You know, he is the Volna, a cat-like being trained as a hunter. It's all right. I mean, Ravok's going to be better.
Probably.
Let's see. Okay. So, Ravok goes down the path. He goes ahead and he places himself behind one of the large stones that's by the wall as the Lorendi scouting machines, side by side, begin to continue their march. Brave Stride, you get about 100 or so feet away, and let me go ahead and double check their passive. Their passive is 9. You are still undetected, which means you're going first. What do you do?
Oh, right. Well, these are the robots, so we get to play with the new bow. I'm gonna go for 2 shots on the one, and so he's going for the one on the left, I'm guessing.
Yes, he is closest to the one on the left. He's furthest from the one on the right. He's coming at them effectively from their side. And so you go ahead, you stop about 100 or so feet away. Is that good for you?
Whoa! Weird.
Holy crap, Ray.
First one's me adjusting the bow, and the second one's a fucking crit.
Well, they're both crits in a sense. Just one's a good one. What's a not so good one?
Okay, but both of these were for the right one, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so yeah, the first one goes ahead and flies directly in front of its face, and immediately with that nat 1, it scans it, realizes it's a weapon. They both turn and they engage in combat mode. But the second one definitely strikes it directly in the face. Roll all the dabblage.
Yeah, so...
And then we get to double it.
Where is Ravok's card? Here it is.
Ooh. So that's 32.
I beg your pardon?
He rolled a 16 times 2 on a critical.
Oh. Okay. Brave Stride. Do you want to describe how you one-shot one of these machines that I thought was a lot tougher than this?
So, the way I kind of see it is that my first shot, as I'm adjusting, this is my first time actually attacking with this bow. So, trying to sight it in, try to get it off a little bit, and I just bent the string a little too far to the right.
Uh-huh.
Bring out this, knowing that my shot was off before it got close to the target. I'd readjust real quick, knowing my position's going to be spotted. Let that one fly as he's turning. The arrow hits, and a bolt of lightning, because it does lightning damage.
Yes.
Comes out of the sky, and you hear a thundering crack.
Ooh. Right. With that thundering crack, as there's nothing but a few components and a pile of ash where that robot once stood, as that thunder crack echoes throughout the Twilight Labyrinth. The Volna, the first hunt, they all turned and look. Immediately springing from cover, Vorok, he comes and he attempts to stab with his spear. and actually manages to damage this thing as he begins just slamming his spear into it over and over and over again, screaming out a battle cry as he does for 4 points of damage. Ah! But thank you for the round. All right, and so with the round from the very fluffy Ravok, you can't take this man serious, man. Alloy, Argus, why? He is a mighty Volna warrior.
Has yet to be proven.
All right. All right, what is the thing? Oh, just me. Okay. And so as he is currently stabbing this machine over and over again, it brings up its arm, extends out a blade, and backhand slash back slashes Ravok. Blood stains his pretty fluffy fur as he unfortunately gets pushed back a little bit from the blow. Does this thing have multi-attack? No, it does not. But after it slashes him, it moves closer towards him and begins to lift up its foot as if it's getting ready to step on and crush him. Brave Stride, it's back to you.
Grabbing a branch off the ground real quick for another quick 2 shots.
Right, you look over and you see effectively a very gnarled type of tree that's kind of withered due to being subterranean. But as soon as you grab it, energy from the Aether Storm bow courses from the bow through your arm, through your chest, to your other arm, and that branch that you have ripped off all of a sudden elongates into a crackling arrow. Why?
Nice.
Why did I give you this weapon?
I'll have a question if this doesn't kill him, but or it's not going to do the math. What the heck?
What is the issue?
Well, he rolled D20 plus 8 and got 2.
Thank you, Avery.
And I rolled. I did the RR2 D20, like spaced it all, and it did this. So, okay, let's try again.
Yeah, exclamation, RR.
There we go.
Oh!
There we go. 18 and 21.
Both hit!
He's toasted.
No, he can roll low. It's not a crit. It can survive.
Hey, quiet you.
The machine can survive.
Give the man his moment.
It would be 48 plus 10 as a whole.
Roll all the dabblage. It can survive. This thing's made out of metal. It's all right.
Which is conductive.
Built in the Empire. All right, it's good quality.
It's conductive.
Oh, listen.
Well, so in the description of the bow, he says that they become vulnerable to these arrows.
What's your
Which
point?
means that they take extra damage if they're vulnerable to it.
Okay, so there you go.
So vulnerable typically means they take an additional like half damage when they
Brave
that
Stride.
is
Brave Stride.
57.
How do you murderize this bot?
Knowing how it feels to be stepped on by a robot, my sympathies reached out to him, and I did not want another Balna, to be stepped on by a freaking robot. So again, 2 quick successions out of that. I have the bow sighted, properly used. 2 more thundering tracks of lightning striking.
Woo! So, Dakadoom! Dakadoom, Dakadoom!
And they say lightning never strikes twice.
He just did it 3 times.
And with that, Ravok that's currently on the ground, holding his bleeding chest, he reaches out and he grabs, he catches all that is left of this Lorendi War Scout, which is a smoking metal foot. With that, Ravok, he kind of slowly turns and he looks over at you, Brave Stride, in complete bewilderment.
Meow.
What are you?
I'm Balna, just like you. And I grab more twigs off the ground. I get my my dragon branches ready.
All right, from what's left of that withered tree, you're able to produce 3 more arrows.
All right.
All right. And with that, the two of you are able to now head towards the Volna in complete safety. But as you're doing so, the Volna definitely spot your approach.
They didn't spot the lightning?
They spotted the lightning. They watched the whole thing. After the first one got their attention, they're able to look beyond and see another Volna wielding the Aether Storm bow, the legendary Aether Storm bow. And as you make your way down, they begin to part and make way. And you hear the murmurs.
To make this a little more cinematic, I'm going to have Umbra teleport to my side.
And with that, as they're moving out the way, wondering, is he the one? Is he going to challenge Heavy Paw? And all of a sudden, boom, the phase beast, Umbra, teleports right next to you, and they back up even more. Some go, oh, oh, oh. And one of the vulnerable women, she sees it, and she goes, oh, and faints.
They're monsters, I tell you.
Brave stride as you get closer, and you see that now that people are parting, so that there's a direct path towards Pumarg, the big chief of the first hunt. And big is definitely the operative word. Right now, he is currently using one of the larger heads of one of the Lorendi mechs as a throne. He looks over at you, and he must get close to about maybe 8 feet, maybe 9, upon standing. Muscles are still visible and easily seen through his fur. His fur, almost golden in color, but has the intricate black fur line works around his eyes. A few scars adorn his body, and you realize that his weapon is a flail that utilizes the skull of some creature with obsidian shoved into the skull to add just that wicked bite with every swing. The people murmur some more until they see Ravak behind you. And then some of the Volna, the first hunt, all the warriors born. They see you and move. They see the Aether Storm bow, and they're awed. And then they see Ravak behind you, and they go, he's so fluffy, look at him. Ravak has a look of both embarrassed and pissed on his face, but he continues to walk behind you as proud as he can, as some of the people were giggling, some outright laughing at how floofy he is. But brave stride, you make your way to Pumarg. Pumarg Heavy Paw, big chief of the first hunt. He stands, he looks you up and down, he sees the Aether Storm bow. You are the brave stride. Yes.
I am.
We have all heard the power of the Aether Storm bow. Now tell me, why are you here?
To gather reinforcements.
Reinforcements. You wish to lead.
I wish to fight.
The few of the other Volna, they begin kind of cheering and whatnot, and immediately Pumarg, he looks at them and they're quiet. We were 7,000 strong, and we fought, and this is all that's left. Now, you wish to eradicate the last of us? We will not go.
Okay. I have a question for you then.
Speak.
How would it make you feel when a bunch of cash saves your fur? Where's your pride at?
Why do you speak of the Greenskins?
Because they're here.
Why are the Lorendi even attacking us now? What have those Volna who worship technology done to draw them here?
Actually, they're here for a different reason. Something our culture has been sitting on for a long time.
And what is this?
The Core Stone.
His eyes grow large. The Core Stone is a myth.
No. My pack has found it.
Produce this Core Stone, and perhaps I will listen.
Well, the one that we found on this planet is back with my pack, but I have the one that I have.
You do not possess a Core Stone.
Then you are a fool that don't know what a phase beast is, or this one is unique.
You think I do not know what a phase beast is? With that, he snaps his fingers, and one of the other beast seekers comes out, and they've managed to also tame a phase beast.
So, see the difference?
He looks at the tamed phase beast by one of the beast seekers, sees no green jewel upon their head, and then he looks at your phase beast, and he sees the green jewel, the emerald core stone. He gets closer to Umbra. Brave Stride, you're able to, of course, hear Umbra's thoughts, and she is like, what is he doing? What is,
I'm gonna step in between.
no, touch it. I'll claw him. You better talk to your Volna. That is but jewelry. That is not a core stone.
Okay. Go ahead, pet her, and I'm gonna have her teleport us to the camp.
And so he goes to reach, and Umbra's letting you know she's going to claw him.
You're not gonna claw him, you're gonna teleport us.
I don't want him touching me.
You don't want anyone touching you, and we're done fighting about this stuff. Right now, we're into more important things than your wants.
Do you know how long it's been since I've had gumbo?
You want Gumbo? We have a war to fight, so you make your choice. You can either misbehave and die by his hands, or get all the Gumbo you want for winning a war with me. Yeah, I'm just saying.
I'm just picturing her wrapping herself around his arm as soon as he tries to pet her, and then biting the shit out of it. You know, as cats do.
I heard everything that's said, and through you, I'm able to understand what he wants to see. I will show him the power of the core stone.
Thank you.
And so he's going over. He's getting ready to like place his big furry paw on her on Umbra's forehead.
There's a part of the reason why I want him to touch the core stone, because I knew it was going to happen to me.
And she blasts him with green energy.
Oh, that works too.
He goes flying back and slams against the head of the Lorendi mech. A bit of green smoke coming off of his fur. Ugh!
Wait, I didn't even know you could do that.
And Number's like, I didn't either. I just didn't want him touching me.
That's pretty cool.
I know. I want to do it again.
No.
But he is wounded. This is the perfect time.
This is kind of amusing because he just got laid out by a phase beast in front of his own people.
And with that, he goes ahead, he gets up. No, phase beast has a beam attack. He looks over to the right and he sees one of the oldest of the Volna. And with that, the old Volna just looks at him and nods. And then just goes back into the crowd. You possess the Emerald Core Stone then. And you place it within a phase beast. Why?
Tactics are a good thing. What's faster, running or teleporting?
Fine. We will honor the old ways, as always. If you wish to lead the first hunt, you still must go through me.
Why are we wasting energy fighting each other when there's a bunch of enemies?
Quick, he's wounded.
Because even though the tech worshippers have forgotten tradition and ritual, we will honor it even to the death. Erect the cage.
So you want to die?
This
All right.
is the first hunt's way.
Well then, I fight as a beast seeker.
And with that, a couple of people begin to kind of chuckle and whatnot. But as the cage is being erected, as Pumarg, Heavy Paw, goes to get ready, the oldest Volna, he comes from amongst the crowd. He tells you, that is not how you do the challenge. It is you. It is him. One melee weapon.
Sounds like he's a coward.
He is honoring the old ways.
Old ways this, old ways that. And your old ways got you massacred. I respect the traditions of the old ways, but I also respect the coming of new. And I guess I will have to prove that here.
He nods. What will be your weapon?
So I am going to pet Umbra, so she gives me the temporary hit points.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Within moments, actually minutes, but they erect effectively a cylindrical fence from various branches and the sticks that they use to erect their tents. It is effectively gridded. And with that, they all begin to take their family swords and blades and place them, blade first, into this fence. The area inside is about 15 feet in diameter. But now it means once you go up against the fence, you will be cut. You will be stabbed.
and this is a fight to the death.
Both the old man And Pumark nod. With that, Pumark goes ahead. He takes off his hide armor, and so he's wearing nothing but the loincloth, and he has his flail
And it's another armorless fight.
as he steps into the cage.
Hold up.
Mhm.
I'd like to point out, statistically speaking, you probably have a better advantage than he does because you actually have dexterity. He's fat.
He has 13 decks.
Okay. I'm just saying, you still in an unarmored fight, you still have the advantage on AC.
Yeah, AC, but I'm not worried about the AC. It's +6 to hit. That's what I'm worried about.
Well, I mean, what's your melee weapon you're using? Is it dex based?
Yeah, it's gonna be my short blade. You said he has a shield?
Say that again.
Is he just in a line class and flail?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll use short blade.
Okay. Do you enter the cage?
I guess so.
You do so. They close it behind you, tie it shut. The Volna all gather around. Pumark, he looks over his shoulder. There's an interesting expression on his face. An insight check would be needed for you to glean what may be going through his mind.
Okay.
If you so desire, you don't have to.
16.
16. You look at his face. You smell the pheromones. You feel the emotions coming off of him. You know that he actually does not want to do this. He also feels pity for what he's getting ready to put you through. But finally, he begins to swing the flail in a figure eight pattern. He hunches over and begins the combat circle. Someone give me a scene break. And before we get to this fight, let's actually take a break. And then we will see who is going to come out on top and control the first hunt.
Okay. How long a break we talking? 15?
We're talking 10.
Okay.
We'll see you in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And we are back, and we are getting, we're going to jump right into this fight. As a matter of fact, Brave Stride is going to be you versus Pumarg Heavypaw for the right, for the honor of leading the first hunt in a very sharp-bladed cage match. Go ahead and roll your initiative. And, or Pumarg, he is definitely going first for this one. He begins spinning his flail around. Finally, he goes and he's charging towards you. What is he plus again? Oh, okay. What is your AC, by the way?
14.
Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Jesus.
With this heavy flail, he comes in swinging. For 5 points of damage as he manages to smack it into you. But now it is on to you as you guys begin to spin.
Hunter's mark.
Oh. Sounds good. And that's a bonus action, correct?
Yep. And I'm going for my 2 hits. Actually, I'm gonna do 1 hit, which we just agreed on, called shots disadvantage.
All right. Where are you striking him?
I want to strike him in the wrist that's holding the flail.
All right. Go for the attack with disadvantage.
Hey, smooth skins.
Woo!
Oh, I'm not too late.
No, you are not. The fight is just getting started. Go ahead and roll damage.
Because
Okay.
of Hunter mark, I get an additional D6.
Mm-hmm.
Plus... for 10 damage.
Okay. And so, as he goes ahead and he smacks his spike flail right into your chest, your albino white fur now turning red from where he struck you. As he rips it out of you, you go ahead and you move in, and there's a quick slash, and immediately blood sprays from his wrist. And with that, he goes ahead, his arm kind of trembles a little bit as all of a sudden he drops the flail. Who need it anyway? As he goes ahead and slides
I have
out
a
his
second
retractable
attack.
claws. Go ahead.
And this time, I'm also doing another called shot. I'm gonna sweep low into the back of his foot, like the ankle.
All right.
Oh, the Achilles tendon type area?
For 15.
All right. Roll the damage.
It's 4. For 8.
And so, with the first slash and blood spraying from his wrist, he drops the flail. You go ahead, you spin down low, get down to your knee, and with completing the spin, the blade comes out again, and now blood sprays from the back of his leg. With that, he almost topples, but he manages to stay aloft, to stay upright. And with that, his eyes sharpen. So that's how you want to play it. With that, he goes ahead and cracks his neck. And he goes and he rushes towards you for the bear hug. This will be opposed strength, actually. Do.
Got a better roll than me when it comes to strength. Or I actually got.
Oh,
damn!
And so he
Smack
goes ahead and wraps his huge, beefy arms around you. And with that, with your wiry ones, you're able to, of course, counter his huge paws and begin to press them away. And he is actually going to go ahead and use his hunter's mark. His eyes get huge. He kind of lets out a roar, and with his second attack, he is going to go for the headbutt then. Well, no, not a D5. That is not the right die. Wow. And now I can't type anymore.
Yeah, you done whoopsed.
I done whoops good. All right. As he goes ahead, he smashes his head into your green field of energy.
Down to 50.
But what do you do now? As you're seeing here, holding his paws away. Forehead to
Quick.
forehead, he growls. What do you do?
Quick pivot, blade to the eye, called shot.
Call shot to the what?
The eye.
His peepers.
Mm-hmm. All right. And so with that, you go ahead, you spin out of his arms. He goes ahead, he claps him, he turns, and all of a sudden he manages to lean back just enough as your blade sweeps in front of his face.
And we'll do another sweep to the same ankle I did earlier.
Crud. Roll the damage. 14, just enough. And after
11.
oh, with that, he goes ahead and he falls over, and the whole crowd gets on their feet even more so, getting closer as he goes ahead and falls over. And he goes ahead, rolls onto his knees, and he slowly gets up, and now he has a very noticeable limp. With that, he goes ahead and hops towards you. And he is getting ready to bat at you with his good paw.
That's it.
All right. And with his hunter mark counting as it, but he is still unarmed. Let's see here. Not 5, 4. Let's do this. Once again, his claws slash into this green field of energy that's currently surrounding you. And as he does so, he looks at his paw. His eyes focus on you. And once again, he goes to charge. And actually, it's going to go for a push to try to push you into the blades.
What do I roll for that?
This is opposed strength.
Ooh.
He goes ahead and goes for the push, but does it work?
No, sir.
All right. It
He
contacts
might be able to
back.
strike the Brave Strike. He can't push him around, though. He is not the Brave Stride's boss.
Exactly. You stop just short of the blades. What do you do?
Well, I guess since he tried to push me, and the only thing to do is pivot and push him back into him.
Like the witch. Or the hag, sorry.
By whatever do you mean? Okay.
Baldur's Gate.
No!
That would
Oh!
set.
Oh!
By one! He goes for as he tries to push and shove you into the blades. You stop just short, grab, pivot, and all of a sudden bend his arm behind his back and shove him to it.
And I still got an attack, right?
Yep, one more.
This is now as I have been hit. My bestial side is coming out more. My eyes are filled with rage.
Mm.
I'm going to step on him and push him down.
Ooh. All right. Effectively roll to melee attack.
This is my foot. That's going to be a +2.
Mm.
I'm going to inspiration that.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. He's already pretty stabbed up right now.
Mm.
How much damage did he take from the swords?
He took 4 piercing. All right. And so with that levy, go ahead, you press it into it, but he goes ahead and pulls himself off the blades. Still hop on that 1 foot. With that, he goes ahead and he grabs his flail with his offhand. No bonuses. And with that, he goes ahead and he swings it at you.
That's a hit.
Damn.
All right. The people are mixed. Some are cheering for you, Brave Stride. Some are cheering for him, seeing as how the fate of their people, their civilization, lies in the balance. With that, there's a flash of green, as I believe.
I thought you said it's in his offhand, which means he gets no damage modifier.
This is so true, so it should be 9 points of damage. Do you still have any of your temporary HP left?
Yes.
Okay. But with that, that is his turn as he goes ahead and he swipes across it and he's like, he hops on 1 foot.
He picked it back up, so I'm going to go with disadvantage again, and I'm going for his other wrist.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! The 17 does it. Roll the damage.
And weren't you worried about this fight?
I was frustrated with this.
Okay.
Hit 11 points. He doesn't have to worry about carpal tunnel now.
We're talking about that is the least of his problems right now. We're talking about tendon damages to both of his arms and his 1 leg.
Right. With that, he drops the flail. Now the people are some are actually telling him to forfeit, to yield. You know, with that he goes ahead, he roars at them. I cannot.
And while he's focused on them, I'm going to strike because I have a second hit. His other heal. And that's what he gets for not looking at his challenger.
I mean, I've heard of Pussy Whip before, but this is just cruel.
It's okay.
Right. And with that, he goes ahead, he manages to actually kind of hop out of the way of that last hit. And he kind of gives you that look like he knows that he can't win this. But he also knows that you are going to make a strong leader. The look on his face, you could tell that in a way he thanks you. But with that, he lowers his head. And even though the tendons don't work, he still utilizes the momentum from his torso to swing his claws wildly at you.
You should be doing that at a disadvantage.
Well, he will not be getting the bonuses of his proficiency nor his strength of this. But we shall see what happens. Yep.
Even ever is like disadvantage.
Yep. Disadvantage indeed, right?
Wow.
Still, one manages to hit, but this is one of those fights where now people are they were thrilled by it.
And now they're just sad. They're like, please stop. He's already dead.
Yes.
I no longer have the temporary affliction.
There's a flash of green as the field shatters, and finally a mark appears upon you. With that, he actually gets a little bit of satisfaction, a little bit of accomplishment. And after that, he stands there, as straight as he can, chest out, as he gives you the nod. What do you do? Draco?
So,
Mhm.
is this a nod of he accepts his fate?
Yeah, you guys are still in combat.
Cool. My words are, I take that nod as that you have yielded to your death.
To the death.
Then right now, you are dead.
His eyes kind of dart about as if he doesn't fully understand.
You no longer are the same person. You are dead.
Go ahead and make your persuasion check to see if you could get him to go for this. As right now, he is battling the lifestyle, the culture that he's known all his life, with his survival instinct, his desire to live.
I gotta check to see.
Now the
I don't
people
get
they are currently chanting something else now. They're chanting for him to yield.
Iowa inspiration this one.
Hmm.
I think I didn't use it.
Oh, of course. Wow.
Yield!
You-
Yield! Yield! Yield!
Do it, nerd. You.
Brave
Oh man,
stride.
when you put it like that.
Brave Strive, what do you say to this man?
I will never be able to replace you. You've done much for your people. Today, you've learned the most valuable lesson. Change will always happen. You've accepted that, to the point that you were willing to die for it. But I need a great commander to go to the new ways with me. Your pride is noticeably strong. and you yourself as a warrior are strong. But there's more to tomorrow than there is than yesterday. So we will continue to lead your people.
Weak. And with that, he kneels. I yield. He finally struggles to his feet. You hear me? I yield to the brave stride, to his new way. And with that, the crowd is stunned silent. Some people cheer. Others are confused. Finally, Ravok, he goes ahead, he goes, "It is done! Open the cage!" With that, immediately they do so. They untie the leather straps and whatnot and open it back up and begin to deconstruct it. A few of the other Volna, they come and they tend to the wounds of Pumark. As they're carrying him away, he looks over his shoulder at you, Brave Stride. He doesn't say it, but you can tell in his eyes that he's thankful. And then finally, do. Explosions far in other caves detonate. Captain Archer.
Yes, sir.
You now realize that currently within the area of the Astral Horizon, comms are up. The jammers have collapsed. You have picked up Sagaristio and Argus. It seems as if the plan was a complete success.
Why is it so hot?
You say
You know
that.
where the stars are. Cool off, big guy.
Oh, Kaiser, back in. Where the hell are you? I've been running for like 3 miles.
First thing I want to do is, well, I'm not sure Raylan would have taken his comm unit with him with the technical problem.
He did not.
Got fried by the bow.
Mm-hmm.
So locating him is out of the question. Shooting a message to the princess's dad, because obviously as soon as everything comes up, I can tell he's there. Thank you for joining.
Not actually. You have to leave the Twilight Labyrinth for that.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, can't find Raylan. Got the other two. Leaving the...
Well, also, you know what? You can find him. Remember when you guys were able to utilize the jamming signal to map out some of the Twilight Labyrinth? That was where you found the gathering of Volna, the first hunt. So you know where he went to. You don't know where exactly he is, but you know where he went to.
I will head the ship that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because can't leave a man behind and need to make sure he was successful.
Most definitely.
Just as soon as I can get radio signal and telemetry on the King ship, I need to know about it.
Okay. You go ahead, you give that order. Jane nods, and she begins monitoring what she can with sensors and scanners. As you position the Astral Horizon as close to the first hunt encampment as you can. It's still a little bit of a distance away. Nothing, right home about 300 feet away is where you're able to place the Astral Horizon down, where it won't either be on the camp or upon rocks. So You got it as close as you could, and even that is remarkable. But in doing so, Brave Stride, now that you are leading the first hunt, they do bring to you all that they have managed to gather. And this is including first-hand account reports of the Lorendi machines attacking the capital, the maps that they have made of the Twilight Labyrinth that allows you to get around the planet Vol more easily. As you're looking over these maps, you also realize that there is a tunnel exit not too far away from the crashed Volna cruiser.
That could come in handy.
And as you're being presented with all these maps and foods, and since you took a little bit of damage right there, putting this green paste on it that effectively is going to heal you up just fine. Tell me, Brave Stride, what do you do amongst your people?
I get all the battle experienced ones near me.
Mm-hmm.
We go over these maps, and I start explaining to them, as I do have the feature of favorite query against Lorendi, how to hunt Lorendi.
Ah. All right. You begin teaching them as in the distance you see the astral horizon land on a rocky, effectively shelf, not too far away from the encampment. Immediately, the first hunt begin donning their weapons, and it looks like they're getting ready to attack.
That is Pack Brave Stride.
And with that, they all kind of calm down. Inside the astral horizon, Argus, even though you're hot, and even though Ashen Forge don't sweat, somehow you were sweating. And then you get tackled by Tana. She goes, I heard the booms. I heard the booms. How did it go boom? Did you see the boom? Did you see the explosion?
I was kind of underground. Get off me.
Oh, why do you sound that way? Why are you wet?
I am very warm, and I don't need the extra contact. As I like push her off of me.
Meanie.
I have been running for like 6 miles in heated from magma tunnels. Okay, get me a beer.
She gets up and she goes, fine, I'll get you a beer, but it still doesn't explain why you sound like, I saw that old Terran Hollow, what was it, Fat Man? You sound like Fat Man. And she goes running off towards the galley to get you a beer.
I'll make her pay for that.
I walk up to him and I'm like, I'm sweating as well, but to me it was like a nice jaunt.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I shall rake in my vengeance. Sorry, do you have a drink?
I don't have one on me. What the hell's wrong with you?
I'm
Have you never
parched.
jogged?
I've jogged in a lot of places. Never any place that warm. You know this place has magma worms?
Really? How's magma worms? I dealt with giant like mole-like creatures.
Ah, neat. I bet you they didn't bite you and cause you to catch on fire.
Well, no, they didn't get a chance to do any of that.
How many mole things did you have to deal with?
I dealt with 2 large ones. Here,
I-
and I'll show them like the vid.
Neat. I had like 20 of them, minimum.
Huh. Well, maybe you shouldn't have gotten bit.
Hey, I was focused on the mission. I ran in, I ran out. I focused on time over murder, for once.
I mean, so did I, and even I still managed to get back here without being absolutely parched.
Hey, sweating is a first thing for me. Okay, I'm made out of ash.
I'm surprised you sweat at all, considering, yes, you are made out of ash.
Yeah, that's how fucking warm it was.
Smoggus kind of agrees with Sakaritsu. It just go, yeah.
The hell is that?
Well, it's mini you.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Well, don't like it all you want. He kind of saved your life when you had, I'll poke the hole.
Yeah.
It's plugged now. It's just a chest. You're not fingering a hole at this point.
Yeah, no, he took care of the big Lorendi that knocked you out.
I'm going
avenged
to
you.
I'm going to bend over towards it and make eye contact with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it starts vibrating like it wants to scream.
Mm-hmm. It matches you in perfect tone, right? And so,
That is unnatural, and I actually kind of like it now.
and so as you guys are screaming at each other, Tana's there with the beer, like, what is happening here?
I'm just gonna snatch it out of her hands and fucking start slamming it. Oh,
And with that, it uses its little miniature sodium reactor to transform its mini wish into a beer and mimic your motion.
I'll give him the cheers motion and continue.
And so finally, Tom's like, this is weird. But Mini
kind of
Argus
adorable,
looks
to be
so
honest.
cute.
Okay. So beyond that, they all went off successfully, right?
Yeah.
This wasn't for nothing.
Anyway, with that, Tana, she goes ahead, she lifts up the communicator, and she goes, look, we have a nice, good hole, but unfortunately, we're still underground, so until the Astral Horizon leaves the Twilight Labyrinth, we can't really establish contact with nothing outside of the Twilight Labyrinth. And there's so far no wait, what's that? You know, she looks over, she goes, this is a Lorendi signal inside of the Twilight Labyrinth.
We should probably deal with that.
If you say, it's quite a far away. It's kind of small. It must be some type of scout drone or something.
Well, we don't want the Lorendi figuring out that we're in the tunnels either.
Don't they already know? Didn't they literally chase us in here?
I mean, they chased us in here, but I don't want them figuring out our exact pinpoint.
Okay, I'll agree with that. We should probably deal with this thing quick.
And he goes, oh, wait, do you need the bomb?
If it's just a lone scout, probably not. Here, take my empty.
She goes, okay, fine. But, oh, what about this? And with that, she goes ahead, she shows you another design of a surface-to-space cannon.
I'm sorry, what is that?
But, dude, you not remember the meeting. All right, if you guys give me the parts, I can make this. All right?
And how long?
Well,
I'm going through the schematics. I'm looking at them like, well, we'll use the down cruiser. It actually wouldn't take all that long.
exactly.
It'd be jury-rigged all to hell, but...
Do you two want to go and work on that, and I'll deal with the scout drone?
But the schematic's done. You just gotta give me over to that crashed ship, and boom.
That's
What?
that's what I'm saying. If you and Sagi go, you two can get it built. I'll deal with the drone.
I get a mission. I get to be there.
Sagi, for the love of God, don't let her distract you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my name's not Argus.
Anyway, she goes distract. Wait, she looks over at you, Sagaristio. Oh, so you're one of those kinky Prometheans. It's all right.
Whoa, what? What?
She goes ahead
Do you
and
know-
poses. It's all right.
What do you-
I'm not speciest.
I'm gonna kind of look at Argus. I'm like, I don't think she'd fit anyways. And then I'm gonna go get my tools.
Right. He goes to go get his tools, and all of a sudden,
Young
that
lady,
won't fit.
you need to fucking think about what you just said.
Won't fit. What won't fit?
If you don't get it, you're too young.
Won't fit.
You suffer from ancient dentist disease. Too young!
What? Wait, are you trying to say that I have squidgelitis? How dare you? I do not have squidgelitis. All right, more chance that he has squidgelitis. Why would you even? You were so mean, Argy. I can't believe you even said that to me.
What is squidgelitis?
And then you'll hear from down the corridor, I'll tell you when you're older.
I suppose I am the closest thing to a miner in the group, aren't I?
So with that coming from engineering is
That's
Jackson.
Jackson.
Yep. It's, Jackson, he comes over. He shows you a quick hollow, and long story short, I mean, it's a fungal infection.
No! No!
It leads to the growth of these worm-like structures around the area.
No! My virgin eyes!
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, blew off a little exponents. Anyway, but moving on. So with that, Jackson's like, yeah, like, you gotta keep it safe down there. Do you have, do you have spray? Do you have some protection spray?
I'm actually gonna send him a picture.
Of what?
Nothing. Because that's what I got!
Are you gonna send him a crotch shot?
Yes!
I mean, you might as well just whip down the pants right there.
So let me no, please just turn around, right? Just like, turn your back to him and then send it to him.
I want him to remember it. He'll have a photo.
So what do you do?
I immediately turn around, take a snapshot with my communication device, and I send it to Jackson specifically.
Anyway, he goes, I don't like that type of. I'm not into guys.
There's nothing there!
Dude, I just seen you turn around and take a picture of your unit.
Look at it.
I don't wanna.
Look at it.
Why? Listen, I'm sure you're big, alright? You don't have to prove it to me.
Look at it.
He's intimidating him into looking.
Roll your intimidation with advantage.
I wish intimidation was strength-based, not charisma.
You still got it with advantage. Go ahead, man. Oh, heavens. I can just see you getting closer and leaning over him. Look at it.
14.
And with that, with almost a trembling lip, he brings up his comm device. He opens it up. Wait.
Smooth.
You look like one of my sister's dolls.
Yeah. I'm a construct. I don't have parts.
So then, how do you...
No squidgulitis. None. Zero. Zilch. Absolutely not.
So then you and the girl, Azure Forge, kind of just, what, scissor?
We don't engage in... Okay, first of all, this is not where we're... I'm curious as to how Tana knows about squidulation. Tana! I was just gonna like storm off at this point.
So, Captain! Captain, in the bridge! When we're not
Captain, my captain!
when we're not having conversations about kid dolls, squidgulitis, and crotch shots, tell me, what are you doing, Captain?
Outside of monitoring comm chatter,
Which the last thing you hear is Tana!
Oh, heavens.
be thinking on leaving the ship, going down to see how Raylan was doing. Hello?
Here we go.
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yay! That's what I was trying to munch on something in between talking. Anyway, but if I heard you correctly, you said you're going to leave the ship and check on Brave Stride, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Jane goes ahead and takes the helm as you get up. You are still a little bit bleeding from before.
Ah, damn.
Do you go to the infirmary,
Okay.
or you're just gonna go bleedy?
Yeah, I'll swing by the infirmary, clean myself up, change pants, and then go.
All right, you hit the infirmary and you're getting ready to just clean yourself up real quick. Brooke is there and she is desperate to try to be of use and helpful because she feels responsible for what happens to you, what has happened to you. And she goes,
Just gotta
I'm
make
sorry.
this quick.
Listen, sure, I'll make it as fast as you want.
Don't worry about it. Just, yeah.
Right. Immediately, she goes ahead and takes the sodium pseudo flesh and starts wrapping around the wounds, and every now and again wiping a tear. She goes, "This is the craziest ship I've ever been on." And then immediately the door slides open, and it's Tana. She goes marching again. I can't believe I mean, it's been a while since I've been tested and whatnot, but I didn't never told me. She goes ahead, she grabs a scanner and she starts scanning her crotch. And she goes, yeah, see, exactly. And she goes marching out as soon as Brooke finishes with your legs. And Brooke is now confused. She's like looking at the little Tana stomp out of the infirmary. And then she looks back towards you, Archer, like, do you know what this is about?
Yeah. But
I
I don't have time to fill you in. Trust me, you're going to like it around here. Then I'll head for my quarters to grab a fresh pair of pants.
All right. So you go ahead and go to your quarters, and you bump into Nathcar, and he is like, there you are, Captain. Your brat went ahead and took power from my stations once again.
Yeah, we needed it so you could stay alive, along with the rest of us. You'll get it back. Keep in mind, my ship, not yours.
Fine. With that, he goes ahead and stomps off, tail swinging, as you go and get some new pants. Argus. Tana comes stomping back down the hallway. Look, I've been checked. I've been scanned. All right. I do not have squidgelitis. All right. And here, send you the proof.
I was trying to tell you I don't know what squidgelitis is.
Stop sending me the Sammy Jackson. Okay, anyway.
Hey, it works.
Anyway, she was like, how come you don't know? Everybody knows about squidgelitis. All right, it's a fungal infection of the genitals that leads to the development of these little squiggly things. Here's a video.
Tana, I don't have those.
So then she's like showing you the video. She goes, oh, yeah. Well, I mean...
No, I means
No,
there's
let
nothing
me scan it. I just want to scan it. Hold still. I just want to scan it.
Pants on, scan stays.
Oh, what are you so modest about?
It's inappropriate to just start showing that off, but it got brought up and I got angry.
Showing what off? You have nothing.
Exactly.
And so she starts trying to take off her pants.
What? You but stop!
No, I don't want to interfere with the scan.
Stop it. I have photographic evidence, okay?
You do not.
I do.
But I can't scan a photo.
It's true, but you can ask Jackson.
Jackson, why are you over there crying? Jackson's like, I can't unsee it. I can't unsee the nothing. Oh, so you could show him, but all of a sudden I'm going to take down your pants and now you get shy.
Because I didn't show him directly, I sent a picture.
Okay, fine then. And so she just kind of like pulls your pants open and
Hey!
starts trying to put the scanner in there.
Hey, get out!
What? It's not going to hurt. I don't know what you're worried about.
What are you looking for precisely?
Anyway, hold up. It's scanning.
Get out!
Hold still. It's scanning.
I'm gonna fight.
All right, this is a pole strength.
Perfect. I'm proficient in strength. Wait, is this a strength saving throw or just strength?
Just strength.
Why, Avray? Why? Why?
The little
Would you
Tana
do
goes ahead.
Okay, no.
Wow.
Fuck. Fuck this. I have 2 inspirations left. I'm gonna use at least one of them. Because otherwise I'll never get it back. God damn it,
Whoa.
Avery. You pervert! Avery, you're a pervert!
Lol.
Fine. This is life now.
And she goes, see, look. 1, you don't have it. 2, you can still get it.
How?
All right. It's
Nano machine, son.
not nano machines. Anyway, she goes,
And get out of my pants!
oh, sure. She goes ahead, she takes the scanner out.
And what the hell do you mean I can still get it? I have nothing to get it with.
All right, but you're still organic and you still actually have a type of flora and fauna. There is just not like everybody else's.
Elaborate.
Okay, fine. It's smooth now. But if that area comes into contact with someone with schedulitis, there is a very, 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 very small chance that you can still get infected and develop little wigglies.
So what you're saying is, don't engage with something I don't have, and it's not a problem.
Well, pretty much. You can steal scissors.
Who said that?
And Jackson goes running around the corner.
I'll fucking... I'm going after Jackson now.
Okay, you go chasing after Jackson. All right. And so Jackson runs. You're chasing after Jackson, and Tana goes chasing after you. And she goes, "Wait a minute, have you done that? Do Astro Force do that? What's a scissor?" while that Scooby Doo,
Sweet summer child.
while that Scooby Doo chase is happening, Sagaristio, where are you going?
Went to go grab my tools.
All right.
And I have
Please take Tana with you.
I have most of them in my R, but I'm just taking some spares just in case.
Tana's a spare. Take her.
As you're getting your tools together and whatnot, your space turtle comes hovering by, and he has one of your hydro spanners in his mouth that he's handing to you.
I'll grab it from him and give him a nice little pat on the head. It's like, haven't really had much time to stick around with you, eh, bud?
With that, he nods, and then you see he's trying to like get himself underneath the toolkit so that he could carry it.
He needs a harness.
Yes, he does. You know, it's a little dangerous out there for you, but, you know, if you stick close, I think you can come out for a little bit.
He could be our greatest asset. Our tool turtle.
Yeah.
Our tool tur.
Mm.
It's not as good
Gonna
as
have to
Small
name
Gift,
that turtle Tim.
Oh, Tim the Tool Turtle Taylor. All right, Archer, you go ahead and you leave the astral horizon, travel the path into the very paranoid, and they do not like you, Volna. But as they're doing so, they do move out the way and make a line so that you're able to reach Brave Stride, who is currently teaching the Volna warriors some of the intricacies of combat with the Lorendi. Take it away, Captain. What do you say to Brave
Hear
Stride?
him and just stand there
Mhm.
watching. He'll acknowledge me sooner or later.
Mm-hmm. Brave Stride, as you go ahead and pretty much wrap up the lesson when it comes to exploiting the weaknesses of the joints in both the armors of their robots and their mechs, you do spot the captain over in the corner.
Archer?
Looks like things went decently well for you.
A little bit.
The kabooms went off. Those 3 towers are down.
Well, that gives us a little bit of hope.
A little bit.
The majority of this war is at the capital.
Kind of figured. Typical of the Lorendi.
Yeah, fighting tooth and nail there, trying to get the first hunt into the tactics of fighting Lorendi.
Good idea. I'm thinking we need to paint targets for our friends upstairs.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
What kind of information have they given you on what we're looking at as far as placements?
Present all the maps. Wave you over to the table that we have.
Okay. As he shows me each map, I'll scan it in with my comm device.
As soon as you
Send
whip
it
out your
right.
device, you know, some people are going, oh, he's brought technology.
He's a witch.
Yep. And I'm dependent on it. Get over it. We're going to save your planet.
So you begin scanning in the maps that they've generated. It's transmitting over to the Astral Horizon. Jane is currently funneling that same information to both Tana and to Nathkar, and those two are currently going to town on it, combining the map of the Astral Horizon and the maps of the Volna together to actually almost completely map out the Twilight Labyrinth.
Nice.
With these two maps combined, you are actually able to find several cave openings that will allow you guys to position people around both the capital, and according to the reports, it seems as if the Lorendi have actually dispatched machines towards the crash site of the Volna cruiser.
That's not a good thing.
But there is a
Fast.
cave entrance not too far away from the Volna cruiser that allows you guys to once again get to it quickly and discreetly.
Yep. That should be first order of business. I heard something on comm chatter about some sort of cannon Sagi's able to build. I guess little one came up with it. So we need to get to that first.
All right.
We could use a little extra firepower.
Is it Heavy Paw? What was his name again?
Say that again.
The Valna. I forgot his name.
Yeah, it's
Heavy Paw.
Yeah, it's Heavy Paw.
Hey, well, look at him. Can you lead Night Rage?
He nods.
We're going to use our sight to our advantage. Also, I'm going to need a small group to escort and to safeguard that ship. I need your best stealth and ranged.
He nods, and he tells you, you will have them.
When we're done with what we have to do at that ship, they'll come back to you, and they'll continue. We will fight our way to the capital. Ambush tactics, no drawn-out fights. If you don't take them all out in one go, that is fine.
In the meantime, I do believe I'll take the Horizon, clear this cavern temporarily, and let the angels upstairs know what we've got informationally. Might be a big boon to our favor.
Whatever we can do to complete this war.
Yep, quickly. They attacked my home when they attacked my ship. They attacked your home in the process of doing so. And that we are very definitely allied.
May our enemies fall.
Quickly.
Oh,
Definitely. And with that said, you two lock eyes and give that nod of confirmation. Heavy Paw goes ahead and assigns.
Jane, would you print out a physical copy of this finalized map? Send somebody to bring it out to these guys. I know they don't want the technological one, but well, you know,
They're gonna turn a new.
maybe something in paper they'll at least accept.
With that, she goes, aye, aye, Captain. And as that's happening, finally, there's this one Volna you hear screaming from one of the tunnels. Ew. Ew. Where's on? Where's on? Where's on? He comes running in. I saw it. I saw it. And he starts drawing it out on the ground. And effectively, what he is drawing is, it's definitely the shape and model of a Lorendi cruiser.
Where did you see it?
And he goes ahead, he's like looking for the other maps that the other people have made, and he finally finds one, and he goes, here. And finally, Archer, Nathkar is currently contacting you via comms.
Go.
Captain, I am monitoring everything that you are scanning, and that is no ordinary Lorendi cruiser.
What you got on it?
Given its make and model and its positioning, it is a communication hub.
Then dropping that and dropping it quick is pretty much an imperative.
You stupid Terran. That is a horrible idea.
Give me a moment.
No.
Archer.
How's that a terrible idea to cut their communication unless you want to piggyback on it somehow?
What is a piggyback? Is that some type of, how did you say, midget?
Use their signal against them. You goofy ass lizard.
Exactly. I have a certain type of code. It spreads through their system.
Maybe you can shoot somebody else a message for us.
Wreaking havoc with their systems has always been a dream of mine, and now I'm getting ready to insert my piggyback into them. I'll get to work on my midget piggyback.
Do it.
Hey, well,
Cut the comp.
you're getting a call from Tana now.
Seems
Yes.
like they're popular today.
He goes, okay, Captain. 1, Argy does not have squidgelitis. 2, I heard that wait, so we're going to upload a virus to the Lorendi Communications Network via this one ship?
If that's what Lizard Breath is thinking, yeah.
Okay, well, that has to be secondary. All right, we have to get to this down Volna cruiser.
Yeah, working on it.
Well, work on it faster. All right, I went ahead and had well, I sent a little drone down, just, to get a little bit of scans, because unfortunately, scanning through all of this earth and solid rock or whatnot is what's playing havoc on the sensors. Either way, the drones reported back. There's a few Volna that are alive there, for now. There are a few life signs, but they're weak. And also, this was last caught by the drone before it got destroyed. And she goes ahead and sends you an image, and yes, it is large Lorendi robots along with a mech piloted by a Lorendi who spotted the drone and crushed it. And you're able to see the flaming wreckage of the cruiser in the background. A few of the Volna in their uniforms, wounded and being snuffed out.
to the ship. There's only one way we're going to get there in time to do anything for them.
Yes, right.
Raylan, get your people moving as quick as you can. I'll see what I can do to head off some of this mechanized bullshit.
All right. So we meet at the ship.
Yep.
How many Volna do you want to take with your Brave Stride?
How many do I got?
Well, you've trained 30 so far. So it is effectively spears and knives against robots and a mech suit that will be shooting lasers and bullets. So,
Not a good odds.
but if you give the
No,
command, they will do it.
I gave the order for them to work their way to the capital,
Okay.
and that we were going to take a small group to escort to the Val ship, but that might change because now there's. I don't want to give.
There's no way we're going on foot and going to make it in time.
Yeah, so they're going to continue their orders.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go back with my pack. I'll let Heavy Paw know that,
Mm-hmm.
and
Definitely use the help on guns.
also my bow would be more useful taking out mechs than what they got. So yeah, that's pretty much orders are ambush tactics, work your way to the capital, find any Val on the way or Valna on the way, make the stronger army,
Mm-hmm.
stay out of sight, hit and run.
The
I'm gonna
nod.
go over here. I'm gonna rescue more of our Val now. Well, I guess we'll see each other at the capital.
With that, Heavy Paw. He puts out his bandaged paw towards you to clasp your forearm. At the capital.
Remember, joints.
He goes ahead. He
I
gives
give
you that smirk like, you cheeky bastard. But and so he goes ahead. He squeezes your forearm tight, but he turns around. What are you staring at? Get your weapons. Get your armor on. We have our world to save. As he rallies the people, Brave Stride, as you go back to the Astral Horizon with Archer. Sagaristio, as you get your tools together, and are you going to put a little harness on the space turtle?
Yeah, I'll get a little harness.
All right, as you go ahead and harness up the space turtle so he's able to carry even more tools and stuff. Argus, as you finished your other beer and feel weird knowing that you got scanned by a little Dindus girl. And somewhat horrified by the hollows of Squidlitis. We're actually going to bring tonight's session to a close. And it was a kind of a weird one, but either way, that concludes another exciting session of Esper Genesis. We hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to engage that like button hard, comment, and subscribe to join us on our next live stream, which is going to be tomorrow. Still, special thanks to my players, Dark Lovely, even though she wasn't going to be here today, she's going to be here tomorrow. Master Draco, Alloy, Tonto Tomahawk, and Typhoon 44. Also, don't forget to follow me on Facebook at Cobalt GM's ttrpg zone, on Instagram at cobalt.gm, and on TikTok at Cobalt GM5. Until next time, have a great night, and let's level up together. Bye.
See ya, smooth skins.
Oh no, not the Doors voice. No.